later. I'm going to add to the link, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, I will add to our WhatsApp link the link to register for the workshop, the link for the program itself, and our YouTube page. Please, the first one immediately, if you don't mind, just go ahead and register for it. It's amazing. It's a great one for us to please all register. A few of us tried to register today. I apologize for that. Please go back and register. You'll get confirmation. We fixed that issue. It was a bug on my development team side. So we'll take responsibility for that. Sorry about that. So please go ahead and register. The workshop, please, everybody, I want you to be part of it. And even if you are not registered for the program, don't worry, just be part of it, enjoy it, make it something, a gift from us to you. All right, let's go back to the presentation real quick. All right, so that is for the workshop. So I challenge everybody, be part of the workshop, very critical. And for those of us that have registered, thank you. For those who have to register, please go ahead and register. But let me go to the next thing. This is what the course is all about, and we'll get into the details in a bit. It's going to be a program that focuses on some key elements within cybersecurity in general. You're going to learn how to, number one, don't worry, I'll get into that in a bit. Don't worry, don't freak out. If you're on this call, you're not writing program, you're not writing script, there's no maths, there's no science, there's nothing like that. I get that question a lot, so relax, none of those. However, you're going to learn how to build cybersecurity policies and procedures. You're going to work with NIST framework, which is going to be, we're going to start with that with our free workshop. But for those of you already enrolled in the program, that's part of the program. We're still going to do it, so don't worry. We're going to do mapping of ISO 27001 framework, which is a huge global framework. As a matter of fact, today at my day's job, this is something that we discussed also. There's a version 2 that came up. We're going to do risk assessment, all right? Risk assessment from a perspective of private organization or public organization. Now, this is not RMF that we use for the government. This is a general risk assessment within an environment. We're going to get into third-party risk management also. We're going to get into data privacy and governance, foundation of IT general controls, foundation of business continuity. Then we talk about some key regulations out there, GDPR, EPA, NEXIP, and FedRAMP also would include it in the presentation. These are very, very solid regulation out there that it makes sense to know it. It gives you credibility a lot, and it's been very effective. That's what I'll tell you. And later, when our new folks that just started, we're excited. We had a lot of offers already this year, about 5 people already within the last 6 working days. So we are happy. 2 of them will be talking later after I quickly wrap up this presentation. All right, let's go. The class schedule. This is one of the most popular questions I've gotten also from a lot of us. So the schedule is, I challenge everybody, 4 weeks of your life would be amazingly transformational. I know this for a fact. And what does that mean? In simple terms, within the 4 weeks, what would happen is you're going to task yourself a lot, meaning outside of the class time, I want us to ensure also that we put in 1 hour a day. So the way I'm looking at it is simple. Most master program, for those of you, those of us that did masters in the US, let's say 48 hours, 48 credit hours, right? So in our case, we are saying you're going to do 1 hour a day, that's 30 hours. The class time is 28 hours on its own. 28 hours plus 30 hours of study time in 1 month, you've put in almost 60 hours of work. Now, we also have group discussion. So group discussion, typically we use 1 hour a week. We catch up with that. So we are putting in almost 70 hours of work. But ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, it's 70 hours that would potentially change our professional life big time. I challenge you, put the work, put the time, because it's just 1 month, ladies and gentlemen, really. It's not really like I'm making us do some long-term thing. It's just 1 month. But that 1 month, I'm telling you, if you put the work, and you hear from the other folks today, you will realize that it was worth it for them putting that work. All right, so I'll send this to us after the program so you see the schedule also, no problem. What is our vision at Skillweed? A lot of you that have been following us within our community I think it's fair to say a lot of us, you already know what we do, what we stand for. Our vision is simple. We empower Africans, African Americans, Caribbeans, and anyone willing to learn really with the right tools, skills to be successful with top-notch skills. I focus on the cybersecurity and GRC side of things. We have a team that focus on data science, clinical research, product development, and we onboard the best and the brightest the world has to offer. The data science mentor on our platform is the head of innovation for one of the largest consulting firm in the world, and is the head of innovation for data science in the US. So it doesn't get better than that, in my opinion. And he's a passionate learner, passionate person in this field also. So we bring in the best the world has to offer to our community, period, as simple as that. Now, beside that, we believe so much in mentorship. And I challenge everybody on this call also, you are a mentor, impact one. If one of us, each one of us impact one person at a time, it doesn't have to be a whole ton of people. All we need is one person. Anyone that knows me would see, I challenge you to say, all right, forget me. I'm out of the big picture. You also mentor one person. Anybody, just mentor one person, find someone and mentor. And it's going to be a domino effect for us as a community. Now, you see me use the word community a lot because I genuinely believe in our community. I believe we have to, by design, focus on building our community with the right capacity. Individually, a lot of our community are successful. Collectively, we've not made the right traction. So it's time. And the beauty of it is, because it's designed, we are very intentional about it. In a decade, you will see significant difference. Even when, or if I'm not around, or any of us is not around, as life happens for a lot of people and us, then we know we've left a legacy for the younger generation, and we feel good that we made an impact in within our generation. That's the way I look at it. So, what are we going to learn? Fundamentals of cybersecurity. Like I said, if you're on this call, you're worried. A lot of people have told me, "Oh my God, is it programming? Is it networking? Is it some code?" No, you're not writing any of those. There are some elements in cyber. If you want to do that, we'll guide you there. I have a team, also a program for technical. It's a technical boot camp. You go in and get hands-on. I challenge you, even if you're a GRC person, including my folks that are working now, that get a job, that are in the field now. We have the technical hands-on boot camp. Still go do it, because it's just the more we know, the better for us. We will learn how to do vulnerability testing. We'll do application security testing. We do different coding, and you learn all that within 2 weeks, 2 weekends. And that's where we design it. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's fun work. But you use tools, Metasploit, Nexus, Linux, Kali Linux. We use all those tools to test and play around, just for fun. So we keep learning, so don't worry about that part of it at all. Now, the question is, are we all protecting our business and critical mission systems? So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, for those of us in the United States and Canada, remember, the world has changed. Gone are the days that we are thinking of, outside of national security, the next threat for all of us is cyber threat. You would agree with me, because the world has changed. Think about it. I can be in my village in Ibadan, back in Nigeria, West Africa, and I can take a mobile device and hack a critical infrastructure in Palo Alto, in the US. Or that's crazy. That's the way our world is right now. Things have changed. People can do malicious things with the press of a button. I was once in a conference in Houston, and somebody I sat with was shutting down a plant, real plant, with his mobile device. That was crazy, right? With a mobile device, shutting down a plant. That was quite scary. But that's the world we are in right now. People do that, right? So what is cybersecurity? In general terms, it refers to protecting the company data from threats that may occur on the internet, right? As more businesses rely now on the cloud, on the network, on servers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's pause for a second. One of the tricky things I've seen a lot is people tell me, "Hey, I'm not a IT guy or lady, I'm not technical." I always pause and say, let's take a chill pill. If you had told me that 15 years ago, you'll get away with it. Not anymore. The businesses we see today have trained you and I to be all technical by design. What does that mean? It means now what they do is that, for example, if I come to your house, the first thing I would ask is, do you mind, can you give me your network ID, right? Because if you don't trust me, you're not going to give me your network ID because that means they're exposing me to your network, right? Now, if you travel to Mexico from the US, suddenly you try to log on to your bank account, it will prompt you to say, I'm sorry, you need to put a multi-factor authentication, or it will text you, to confirm if it's you or your location, right? All of those are really what we are focused on, even at the enterprise level in IT, right? So I'm kind of simplifying it to understand the concept is the same thing, it's just at a broader perspective, okay? All right, so three things we care about a lot in terms of cyber. Can we all type something real quick? Can we all type CIA? Let's type CIA. CIA, everybody. If you don't mind, let's type CIA. CIA, let's go, everybody. At least we remember that. Now, if you're in a meeting and you want to just feel smart, people are talking all their jargon, just say, well, are we talking about the confidentiality, integrity, or availability? Ladies and gentlemen, if you say that alone, you sound pretty cool because that is the core for us. Confidentiality is saying information kept private and secure. Integrity is saying, are we sure this information is not modified or deleted? Availability is saying, all right, at the end of the day, is it available? Now, let's put it in perspective. If there is no availability, think about the implication on the business. God forbid, well, I said God forbid, if Amazon shuts down for 1 hour, can we all think together what could have happened? That is not a joke. If Amazon shuts down for 1 hour, that is, serious issue, right? Because that means, think of the revenue loss for 1 hour shutdown with Amazon. This is no joke. This is going to be, of course, people will be fired, but look at the implication. Look at how much revenue they can lose for 1 hour of shutting down. That's a big deal. That is a very, very significant thing. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one real quick. Some cybersecurity roles, I'll scan through this real quick. You'll see all of the look. Now, let me tell you one of the things I've heard. If you're on this call, you can relate. Many people tell me, okay, Hakiman, I'm so confused. Oh Lord, this is crazy. I've been trying to figure cybersecurity. Everything is so clouded, it's so messed up. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I feel you. I'm you some years back. Crazy, crazy. I agree with you. It is insane if you don't know the area to focus on. I feel you. I feel your pain. Insane. Madness, really. So one of the beauty of this program is it will give you a baseline to understand the different roles in cybersecurity, because when you do an assessment, you're covering every domain area in cybersecurity. And that would expose you to understand areas you might even want to dig further. Because when assessment means you're covering everything. So it will give you an idea of, okay, you know what, I know what this is about. Maybe I like this. I've seen people come in and say, well, I don't like areas of networking. I don't like forensic. I don't like application security, because they've seen it. But this program would expose you to different areas and you can think through it and say, I like this one better. Now, let me tell you this. I'll be forced to be honest with you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime you get into IT, sorry, spoiler alert, you become a perpetual learner, because the truth is that the more you know in IT, in technology, the better, the more seasoned you are, the more relevant you are to most organizations. I've been doing IT for a long time. Last December, I still went to do AWS security specialist certification, right? Not because I needed it. One, I had to make my team do it, so I want to lead by example. But the point I'm making is that you just keep learning. There's no shortcut around it. Okay. So I challenge you, have an open mind, keep learning. What is GRC? Let's keep it simple: governance, risk, and compliance. Governance, risk, and compliance can be as broad as we can think about. It gets into strategy around performance strategy, gets into ethic and culture, gets into activities around assurance and audit, gets into activities around OKRs, the different frameworks, the standard, the policies, continuous monitoring, the risk assessment side of things, risk management. There is so many areas around it. That's why it's one of those fields, I think, it's so broad that you are like a champion in many areas. Okay. So it's pretty cool in my opinion, because you can function in many roles. A lot of my folks on this call, I'm sure when my folks talk to you guys in a bit, you'll see some of them are doing actual GRC, some are doing third-party risk, some are doing data governance, whatever area life pushes you, some are doing privacy, but it gives you a wide spectrum of opportunities. I'll talk about that in a bit, okay? All right, governance, think about organizational culture, how the culture is set within your business. Most culture want to emphasize you to think about risk. Risk starts with even the receptionist or the gate man within your organization or the security guard, because all of us are risk knowledgeable, because cyber risk is not just some computer. It can be social engineering. It can be piggybacking. Those are things that can lead to even broader issue in the long term. Risk again, I'll skip some of this. Many times, we're always mindful of the potential occurrence of any malicious intent or issue within your organization. For those of us that know about the risk management framework, NIST has a version of it, 837. We'll get into that much more later. Compliance to ensure that all of those guidelines, we are in compliance of the laws and regulation. The implication is if we are not in compliance, we could be fined. Sometimes it can lead to deeper things. Sometimes it can lead to criminal charges for people that know about SOX. So it's a big deal. It's not a joke. All right. So what are we going to cover? I think I mentioned this already, but you can see all of these elements are things we'll cover in the program in general. So get ready for that. Some general incidents that happened in cybersecurity, just want to talk about one or two. One of them is something called Target. For those of us that know the Target retail store, this is crazy. Target brought in HVAC maintenance folks. This is just the folks that maintain their AC, right? AC unit. And guess what? With that, they exploited their network and it led to data breach, compromising of over 100 million debit card. Because of that, they were fined almost $19 million, even though it was not through them, but they are liable. So that's why third party is also a big deal. Ransomware, Colonial Pipeline. You might not know this. There was a time in the US some years back, there was long lines at the gas station because there was a ransomware that affected one of our main distribution channel in the US for crude oil. So it's a big deal. These things are life and death in some cases, okay? So that's why it's important for us in cyberspace. The need is just crazy right now, okay? Vulnerability versus risk versus threat. Let me say this, very important. Somebody, a couple of my friends and team, they had interviews and this came up. They said, what's the difference between vulnerability and risk? So vulnerability is just a weakness that can be exploited. Risk, possibility of something bad happening. Threat, an entry or actor that may exploit a vulnerability. So the threat is just someone that can exploit an existing vulnerability, right? So that's the key. And I'll send this to you guys. Some guidelines, framework out there, GDPR for privacy, EPA for healthcare. Remember, if you go to the doctor's office, they make you sign this form. That is EPA. For payment card industry, if you are processing 50,000 or more credit card information or payment information, you have to comply with PCI. It's a big deal too. If you are based in the European Union and data is being processed from that location, then you have to be in compliance with GDPR also. The fines are crazy, so you don't want to mess with it. Business continuity is just saying if there is a downtime in business, how do we make sure we are back on, in business? Identifying the risk, analyze it, the business impact, create a plan for it, measure, train, and keep testing the plan to make sure it works. COVID kind of exposed the world to know that it's a big deal. That is not a joke, because if you don't have a plan, life can happen and you'll be so much in trouble, okay? And this is the framework I talked about. In this framework, when we get into the workshop next week, please make sure you are in attendance. Let me pause here for a second. If you don't mind, for those of us that just joined, I will resend this real quick. Somebody said, what is NIST SF? National Institute of Science and Technology is what NIST means. CFS means Control Security Framework. And you can always Google that too. But let me quickly ask you all, please, if you don't mind, I'm going to send you all 3 links right now. And I want you all to just make sure you bookmark it. Can we just spend the next 5 minutes, and I'll continue, if you don't mind, to just quickly, it won't take you more than I think, if I'm right, maybe like 3 minutes to quickly sign up so that we can just get that out of the way. So let me quickly send the link back to the group. I just sent it to check the link here. Somebody send me, no, please don't send me your personal, just click on that link for the register for workshop, and you should be able to do that. Let's spend for the next 2-3 minutes to do that. Then let me send it to the general group in WhatsApp also, so that you can all have it. Let me go back there. Let me quickly go back there so you can see it easily. I think I sent it already. So let's spend like the next 2 minutes to make sure we have it. The workshop, if you've done it, just give me a thumbs up. It's a very simple process. Give me a thumbs up real quick. Let's do it for the next 2 minutes. The free workshop, especially, I would like everybody to be part of it because, yeah, why not? Okay, thank you. I can see some thumbs up. Let's do it real quick. 2 minutes, we'll be out of, then I'll continue real quick. Let's just do that for 2 minutes. I'm not in the group too. I'm not in WhatsApp group. Okay, do me a favor. Sorry for the people not in WhatsApp group. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, let me send the link to the group right now and you can join. 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. Don't worry, you're good. That's not a problem at all. Let me send you the link real quick. I'll send the link to our, yeah, let me send the link right now. Okay, I just sent the link to, I sent the link to the Zoom chat. You can use that link if you don't mind to join the WhatsApp group from this link. And if you don't mind, even though you probably sent the, for those of you that got the link earlier on to sign up for the workshop, please, I apologize. We had a bug on our system earlier on. So can you please re-register with the new link, please? Somebody said I got a confirmation. Yes, if you don't mind, please go back and register with that new link. I don't want to take chance, that's why. I think we should be fine, but I didn't trust the way we did it earlier on. So let's just go ahead and register again, please, if you don't mind. Thank you for doing that. Let me just send the link again. Somebody's asking. Okay, just go ahead. Okay, all right, let me continue. You can do that on the side. So let me just continue. I just wanted to make sure I make, it's a priority for us to get that out. Let's go back here. Okay, cool. I'm back here. But you can do that if it's not affecting you. All right. So let's get to the meat of it. Frequently asked questions. I hope by the end of our conversation, I would have addressed most of the frequently asked questions. I've been blessed to have a lot of you talk with me. So I've been honored to chat with most of you on this call. And yes, one thing I'll throw out, sometimes if you try to reach me and I don't reply immediately, don't take it personal, don't get mad. Just do me one favor, resend its text again, and I'll see, just say, buddy, can you please reply to this thing I sent? Sometimes my mail is full, so it will just push it down. So I typically reply most of my mails within 4 hours, I think. But if you don't see me reply in 4 hours, well, that does not include business time, right? That does not include sending that after 8. That won't count, okay? But within the day, at least, I try to reply within 4 hours most of the time, okay? All right, let's go to frequently asked questions. This is straight. All right, is programming required, ladies and gentlemen? Nope, easy. No programming, don't sweat it, don't stress it. For those of us we had a community give back a few days ago on ChatGPT, you know that even if the program is involved, we have a way to kind of play around it, okay? So no worries. Do I need to be a US citizen to get into this? The answer is nope, no. However, if it's a government role, my role mostly, I work a lot with critical infrastructure also. So sometimes you need security clearance, the same thing in Canada. So because you might have access to sensitive information. So in those cases, you might need security clearance, right? But most jobs that are private, you don't need to be a citizen, okay? But I think definitely you need to have work authorization, right, to work. That's standard. Do I need to have IT background? Can I do this? Now, for the beauties, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have IT background, don't sweat it, don't faint. We have training for IT basics. And for those of you that, let me quickly, let me take a note. I'll share it on this Zoom call also. Please just go ahead and take our free IT foundational classes. Very important. Take it. Everybody that don't have IT background, please just go ahead and take it. I've made a good effort to bridge that gap so that you not struggle, okay? In the process, you will learn so much that you'll be pretty much grounded to go for a start. So don't sweat it. But please, before the next class workshop, kindly take the free IT class. All right. You know what? I apologize. Let me quickly send the link. I think I should just do it right now that we are talking about it so that we don't drop the ball there. Let me send the link for the free IT class. And these are very good classes. You know, we took a lot of hours, time to build them with you in mind, to be honest, with people that are not IT savvy in mind. So, you know, take advantage of it. And please, if you don't know, go to our website. There are a lot of good free classes there. You know, by design, we want to make sure we have a lot of our folks with the right knowledge and tool to be successful. So I'm sending the link. Um, please look at I've sent the WhatsApp group on the chat. Just scroll up, you'll see all the information. All right, let me get back to this, to the other side. Give me 1 second, let's get back. All right. All right, let's quickly go back. So the answer is we don't need IT background, so don't sweat it, not a big deal. All right, do you help with resume? Yes, we provide you draft. Now let me make sure we are clear. We try to be as clear and transparent. The beauty is I have a session I dedicate now for building resume because I've learned from my mistake. In the past, I was trust my folks, oh, go do your resume, I give you a sample. I don't do that again. In a class, I will make you do it. I'll show you. I will stop, we would work together. It will be a working session. You work on the lab, your resume in front of me. If you have questions within the group, we'll discuss, but you will build your resume with me, you know, in the class. So that's what we do now, you know, and it's been effective so far. I'm thankful because I think I don't want to wrap up a program, then somebody's not done resume after 1 month. No, we don't play that game now. So we do it together there and there. Then if you need to make some changes, I know you're just doing minor changes, okay, at that point. All right, and we have solid templates, so we're good with resume. If you have time, go to our YouTube page, you'll see a section on resume, which is great too. Do I need to commit a lot of time to be successful? Yes. The way I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, I genuinely believe this. This is probably one of your best life traits professionally, because I know this for a fact, really, because I'll tell you, I have team members in Barcelona, for example, doing master program, and I'm the one reviewing his thesis. His program was based on, guess what? His master thesis was based on NIST framework. The same NIST I'm teaching you, we put the guideline on NIST framework for his master program, his final presentation rather, his final thesis. Yes, this is real, right? So embrace it. Look at it as the time you want to just learn, build, enjoy the ride. 1 month, focus time, no distraction, no excuses. I challenge everybody on this call. Life will happen when you're doing your program. Family ties will happen. One thing I'll tell you, let me prepare your mind. I'll be blunt on this. This is what I will do. You call me, tell me personal issues. I'll remind you and say, hey, you know, I empathize, but I can't afford to be distracted. I'm focused on your goal. So even, God forbid, if it's life-threatening issue, I get it. But my role, and keep me accountable to that, is to protect your dream. Most of us' dream is to transition and do something bigger than us, learn something new, get into a field like this. My focus and my role is to protect that, right? Other things are live, distraction, life happens. I know it will happen. It's just, it will happen, right? In between when you start this class, some weird things. Do me a favor, don't even do party for the next, you know, except it's something so important. Don't even talk about it to people a lot. Just make it your life business for 1 month. That's not too much to, you know, be like a recluse. Just be on your own for 1 month of aggressive focus and transform your life, really. Very important. I hate my folks to be distracted when they have a mission and goal. So I'll protect that with all jealousy. Because the truth is, for me, you may not, this is the reality. I almost have more stake at you being successful than you. One, that's the way my business will thrive. Secondly, I have a vision for our community to grow. So I don't need to be your friend to want you to succeed. I'm too much vested to want your success. Like my folks that will talk in the next 2 minutes now. I'm happy because the success story is my joy. It keeps me. When one of them called me yesterday night, I slept well. I was smiling. I don't even know why I was smiling, sleeping, because he called me just right before I slept. That dude, I just got another second offer. That made my night. Really, I was so happy. So I hope that's the next story. We see what kind of computer. It doesn't matter. Mac, Windows, your mobile devices work also. We recommend in our program, find a reserved place that you can focus. We recommend that. It's just more effective. What job site do I use? Don't worry about that. Mostly Indeed, LinkedIn, Dice, ZipRecruiter. Anyone that gives us an offer, we work with them. Okay. What are the roles we can apply for? This is so cool. The way I kind of look at it is, these are the general roles. My own rule of thumb is, any role you see that you think covers more than 60% of what we did in class, apply. If they called you, it's because they saw your resume, right? So fair point. Apply. That's it. Just apply. That's the way we roll. And above all, we Godspeed. Do I need experience to begin my career? Begin my career in GRC. At the minimum, we need the IT terminology, which is the class I asked you to take. It's free on our platform. Please make sure you take it. And it's a good refresher. Even experienced folks, there are some classes that you can take, like incident response, data privacy, data governance. Just take it. They are good classes. And I do the same, teach my own team that are very experienced in things like this that we talk about. So there's nothing wrong. Just upskill, learn something fresh, refresh yourself. Does the role require meetings? Many times you would learn to be a leader. Soft skills are important. One of the programs we'll be offering later will be some basic soft skills, presentation, communication, stuff that we think would help us more successful as professionals. We'll try and integrate some programs like that as part of our overall program in the long haul. Certification required, the answer is no. However, it's always recommended. We'll ask you some certification we can take, and we just put in view. We say in view that we're working towards it. For now, we don't care. The key for now is get the skill. When you're applying, we'll put the certification and we'll put in bracket, we are working towards it in view. Okay. Do I stand a chance to pass the GRCP? Yes. As a matter of fact, the GRCP body, OCEG right now, I'm one of the panel reviewing the new documents and materials for their new certification coming out in the next few days. So I'm going through that process right now. I'm in the board that is reviewing the material right now myself. So that's pretty good. So I recommend it just because I'm in that board right now. Class schedule, ignore this part. I already told you the schedule. What is the one-time cost? This is the cost, $750 for the program. The common one, can you pay twice? Yes, but it's incurred additional fee for the processing, so you pay twice. I think it allows you to pay 3 times too, so that's not a problem. Interested data, we just challenge you all. Now, please, everybody on this call, it's important after a program like this. I say this, some people think it's a joke, but I mean it. For a short time, suspend your thinking and just trust us blindly and rely on our expertise. I'll tell you after the program, start applying immediately. Don't waste time. It's tempting to waste time and think, well, I want to go do it my way, take my time, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you one thing. If somebody calls you tomorrow, you have an interview, what you will learn because of the pressure of the urgency of real time that you have to get things ready, it's more than any kind of reading you can do. I guarantee you that. So when we say do it, don't worry. And one thing I'll tell you, let me say this, everybody, please, everybody must type this. I don't care how strong your faith is or your belief system is. Can we type this together and say, you will get some no's, don't worry. Can we type, you will get some no's? I'm not cursing you, it's just the truth. Type, you will get some no's. You will get some, can we type it real quick? You will get some no's. You get some notes. Now, for one of our buddies, mentors, when he talks, he will say, well, his own two first were jobs. Thank God for him. Someone like me, I'm not always that lucky. Mine always take time. But one thing is I don't give up. I never give up on anything. I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. I give my best in good faith. So the reason I'm saying this, you remember what I'm always remember me when I say, you remember, this guy said, don't be depressed. Don't say, oh my God, I'm just discouraged because I got no. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious now? You're discouraged. Don't play that game at all. Don't even go there. Relax. You only need one job. Don't worry. Keep applying. The universe will open by force. After the persistence is just the key. Don't be discouraged. As long as every interview is a learning opportunity, that's the way it works. So don't worry. The classes are recorded. Everything is recorded. We have a LMS, fantastic LMS. And let me tell you one thing. Let me give you a warning. Don't come here and say, this topic, I'm not sure. The first thing I will do, I know your email. I will check my analytics. Every week it will send you percentage you've completed. If you are not reading, I will know. If you come here and say, most people will come here and I'll say, really? All right, let me check. And I realize they've just done 10%. So I will just smile. Dude, ma'am, sir, go back and study. Because the analytics don't lie. You can't tell me, no, just go back and study. All right? Go back and study. And it's just 1 month. But don't shortchange the system because it will be your disadvantage. So put the work, okay? All right. I think, let's see. All right, let's pause. Let me just hand over to our mentors and we'll wrap it up from there. Let me stop. So if you don't mind, I would like Dare and Lola to please raise their hands. And let me start with Dare. And we have other people, but they are the most recent. So I decided, I should start with them. Dare, can you be gracious to raise your hand so I can find you, please, sir? Let me find Dare. All right, while we're looking for Dare, Lola, do you mind, please? Can you raise your hand, sis? Okay, all right, let's start with Lola. All right, over to you, sis. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Akin. And thank you for doing me the honors to come. First, I'm going to thank you for the opportunity to be a mentee in your program. And I just want to say to everybody that if you are ever looking for a career where the trajectory of your life is going to change dramatically, you're in the right place. And Mr. Akin's courses, it can be more real than that. I got a job recently and I found out that every single thing we did in class is what the real life is all about. So do not joke with any of the class and the breakout sessions, take all the labs seriously. It's also a very, very affordable course for the return on this investment. It is mind-blowing. If you're ever looking for work-life balance, you are in the right place. This is the right path, and the jobs are out there. I've seen so many questions about degrees, certification, and everything. I do not have a degree from United States, and I got a job. I'm yet to do a certification, and I got a job. And also another thing that I would also advise is within the group, ensure to network with people around you. Mr. Akin is just one person and look at the number of us. So network amongst your friends, among people in the class, look for the right resource. Most importantly, also apply yourself. This is 4 weeks of work, intense work. I must tell you, it is intense. However, if you apply yourself and you give it time, you give it all what it takes, you want it badly enough to give it your time, you're going to get the job. This is a very, very great program. And I tell you, the jobs are out there. The real life is what Mr. Akin is dealing with. And I believe that he's able to do that because he works in this industry and he knows exactly what to tell us. And that is what is happening in real life. I'll give a very vivid example of a scenario. The first project we had to do in class during my set was doing acceptable use policy. And I can tell you for free that when I got my job, my first task was to review an acceptable use policy from a third party. First, when I saw the task, I didn't fret at all. And I did the review, I came back with it, and I made a good first impression. What could be better than that? And if nothing else motivates you to take this program, let the 6-figure salary motivate you, let it do it for you. The money is there, but you need to apply yourself, put in the work. And for people like us that says that we are in the minority, you don't have an American education, you don't have certification, people want to help you to stack up the odds and say that you might not be able to get the job. Forget it. The odds will forever be in your favor if you believe it's enough. That's all I have to say. Please, if you haven't registered for this course, go and do it. It will be cool to be in the industry where you are on a table. People who look like you are on the table. You're not the only Black person. You're not the only female. You're not. Let us all build this community, and it's awesome. You'll get the job. The jobs are out there. Do your resume, reach out to people, form the groups, do all your labs every time. The labs is the real thing. It is the real thing. It is what I've been doing in the last 1 month. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lola. Can we all give it up and give us some icon to say thank you, sis. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. So proud of you. All right, I think Dari is here. Let me give Dari some time. Over to you, Dari. Go ahead, Dari. Are you using Josephine Golden? Is that you? If that's you, I just unmuted you. Let me double check. Yeah, go ahead.
It was a mistake, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, Dari, if you're here, can you give me a thumbs up so I can know it's you? Okay. Let me see. Dari, are you here? All right, okay, no worries, but let me read. I think most of you saw Dari's comment earlier on, and his comment was, to me, was very touching and moving. Oh, he said I'm here. Okay, what name are you using so I can unmute you? Dari, what's your username so I can unmute you? What's your username on the we need to hear from Dari. So you guys, please pardon me. We'll do extra 5 minutes past the time. We try not to do more than that, but we need to hear from Dari. Let me see. I'm here. You said I'm here. Can you text me your username, sir? Oh, Lola said I got more than one offer too. Yeah, I think Lola had 2 offers too. I wish you could dash somebody else that offer. That would have been awesome. Let me call Dari and see what his username is. Sorry, give me 1 second, people. Somebody said dash me. Dari, I just need to know what your username is so that I can. Okay, let me. Please, what's your username? All right. Sorry, apology, folks. Let's see, because it would be an amazing person to give us some other insight. Dari, can you give me? Okay. What's your username? Okay, he just. Hello, sir. Yeah, what's your username so I can unmute you? Yeah. What's your username? Dari. Okay. I didn't see it here. Can you raise your hand so I can see you, please? Yeah. Okay, please. All right, let's give Larry 1 minute. Is going to join right now. Have you been able to join? Okay, yeah, I'll get it across. 1 second. Let me see. I'll get it across to you. Okay, you got it? Excellent. Just let me know so I will let you in right now. All right, while we wait for Dari, just wanted to share one thing with everybody again. The nice thing is this, and just to prepare your mind, one of the other things we are doing, don't hold me on this yet because we're still trying to build it. We've started a pilot program of a support group that is supporting our team on projects. All right. So eventually, if the pilot works the way we are thinking, you would, God's willing, start a project, and we have armies of people. Most of these armies are former Big Fours. All right. There will be offshore resources that will be potentially supporting our team. So let's see how the pilot goes. More information to come on that as we make headway. That is something to potentially look out for. Okay. Are you in now?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Are you able? You're not able to click in? All right, guys. You know what? We have to just play clever. So Dari is having problem with its connection, but I'll put him on speaker. And all right, Dari, just speak. Hopefully, some of us here, thank you for being nice and giving us extra 5 minutes. Dari, over to you.
Yes, sir. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Please, if you can hear him, can you give me thumbs up? So I'll be sure you can hear him.
Can they hear me?
Let me see. Yes, they can hear you. Excellent. Okay, go ahead, Dari.
Okay, yeah. So just to good evening, everyone. Well, I got 2 offers, just the way I stated in the post that I had on WhatsApp. So I used the star scenario, which was really helpful. And also what I did was I just went through the job description and used the scenario to respond to the job description, like the possible questions that they would ask, and before that. And also I actually went through the whole scenarios, made sure that I understood it from the beginning up until the end. And then during the interview, I'll just be honest, I had a couple of them on my walls, Yeah. And as they were in me, I was trying to look just to remember, because I already went through the scenarios. So I just looked at it, remember, and it was crazy because, and funny at the same time, because it's like they picked the question out of the scenario when they were asking me. And the size, so it was 5, the first interview was 5 people, 5 of them. It was a panel interview. The CISO was there, the CISO was there, the IT manager, the head of GRC, and I think 1 Scrum Master, and the developer. Yeah, so they were asking me different questions. But then the CISO asked me, do you have any experience with, any experience working with or reporting to a CISO? I said, yes. He said, tell me about anything that your experience with a CISO. So I remembered the Zainab scenario story.
Yeah.
That Mr. on that scenario, right?
Excellent.
So I used that same scenario, right out of it.
Lovely.
And try to do it a little bit, but it was good. He was really impressed. And it was the CISO that actually gave me that job then. And then they asked me about data privacy, asked me about business continuity, the NIST. They told me to tell them the steps of risk management framework. I had it on my paper there to remind me. So I was just doing everything, but truly the class, and the second one too was like that too. The class was really helpful. The scenarios were, awesome. So I just thought I should share with everyone, and just to take that scenario, that's STAR, that's the process, the STAR, exactly like that, to take it seriously, because sometimes they'll ask me like, okay, so what was the end results? So what happened when you did that? What happened? Then I'll remember the last part, and I'll just say it like, okay, yeah, so it happened because the organization, were able to get the action plan. Just say, I was just saying it the way it was on the scenario, and just a little bit, but it was great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dari, and thank you everybody for being patient. Can we give Dari some love, round of applause? Dari, congratulations, man. Thanks for your time, and we appreciate it big time. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. Lola, the same thing. Let's give them some love, shower some thank you to all of them, and just say thank you, guys. And you know what? I pray you guys will be the next story. Put the work, put the hard work, put the time. And good things always happen when we do that. I wish you Godspeed. Please go ahead, register for the workshop, register for the class. Nothing, don't waste your time, to be honest. Just put the work, put the time, let's have fun together. I'll be honored to be your instructor, and let's do great things together. Godspeed. I wish you all the best, guys. Talk soon.